So hi everyone and welcome back to my channel, and for the first time we are interacting face to face. So as usual, without wasting any time, we'll first identify the most important news, and obviously it would be followed by a detailed discussion. So without wasting any time, let's move on. So the first news is related to, okay, so let me first is the yeah. So the first news is India rolls out world's first intranasal vaccine. A very good news. Okay, a good progress in science and technology. In forest guard not required, visit help loot India not required, is there a level of playing field for India not required, three message not required, evacuate from the, okay, and now we have India displays indigenous and all those things are there. If you plan to review highest pension payout, okay, we'll do this very briefly. Fine. And let's see what else we have. And okay, so there's nothing on this page. Now let's see. We feel represented, Republic Day parade special guest. Okay, fine. So we don't have anything here. Okay, and what is this step? Okay, fine. Minor, not required, not required. Okay, on sports page, let's see. Haryana women wrestler, we won't be doing this. Let the decision of court come, then we'll analyze what had happened and how it is beneficial for our examination, right? Metro plus not required now. Kuno cheetah detected with hepatorenal infection. Okay, hepta means liver, fine, and renal means kidney. We have to see what had happened, so we'll be doing this. Okay, and then we have these things here. Let's see what else is there. There's nothing else here. Fine. And India's first mission to study the sun begins June, July. We'll be doing this. A betrayal of very idea of Mahatma not required. Portentous overkill. Arrest and blocking of access to BBC documentary were unwarranted. Well, look, if you want some mirch and masala, you can do this, but I don't see it coming in the examination, right? The Holocaust education for India to create a just present. Okay, we'll do it very briefly because it is related something to education. Okay, no control. US seems to unable to bring tight control on assault weapons. Not required. Their level not required. Fine. Okay, Japan to flush Fukushima wastewater. We'll see this. What is this? Because Fukushima is a nuclear reactor, right? So we have to see why it has come into news. Okay, well, first we'll be doing the gist as usual, and then it would be followed obviously by a discussion if required. Okay, and we have to see this. Okay, nothing here. From sinking town awaits prefabs, NTPC, go back slogan, resume Joshi must. Okay, fine. India and Egypt reiterate support for non-aligned movement. We'll be doing this very briefly. Okay. There's nothing here. Okay. There's nothing here. If you want, you can read it, but I don't see anything here. Fine. And then we have, okay, nothing here. Okay, we'll be doing this. State falls short of target to improve forest cover quality, right? Russia downplays West disease on tank, strike Ukraine again, and it is almost means 11 months old dispute is this now. Okay, this geopolitical meltdown occurred 11 months ago on 24th of February, and it is continuing till now, right? So this is a very big thing that is going down in history. Okay, fine. Leopard tanks not required. Trump to be allowed on Facebook, says Meta. High court judge not required. Bit forecast in Q4 consumer rest spending. Okay, let's see if we have other thing here. The firm that is sorting Adani. Okay, will not required. Okay, then we have this sports page. Fine, India proves too hot for Japan. Okay, so we have defeated Japan, but yes, we are out of the title now. Fine. So with this we have done analyzing the most important we are done identifying the most important news. Now let's go on and identify the same, right, and analyze the same. Sorry. Right. Okay, India displays no EPFO thing, na? We have to do this. Page 14. Okay, wait, I have to see this page 14 thing. How have we missed this? Okay, so where it is in vaccination thing, intranasal short soon. Okay, we'll do this also. Fine. So let's see. EPFO plan to review high pension payout case spark concern. Okay, so let's go, and we have this here. EPFO plan to review high pension payout cases sparks concern. What is in the store? The EPFO plans to re-examine the issue of higher pensions, right? EPFO new circular provides for recovery of pensioners who have been granted higher pension without exercising the relevant option. Okay, so it is related to recovery. Some sections of 24672 pensioners may be affected. Okay, EPFO will seek an explanation for each of these pensionaries before recovery. The circular asks EPFO officer to be cautious in identifying cases of higher pension that has been granted due to judicial intervention. Okay, so this is the gist. I don't think we need to do it more, but keep in mind this thing, the pension, okay, NPS versus old pension scheme, OPS. Okay, this is in news continuously for last 2 to 3 months as I'm seeing it. Okay, Jharkhand government has now been, maybe it has started rolling or not, but it has announced that it would be rolling it soon. Rajasthan has rolled it, so it is in news. So we have to know about this NPS thing, right? And let's move further. So there was nothing on this page. We had a news there on the other page. I think on this, no, not on this page. We had the news on this, not on this page. Yes, Kuno cheetah detected with hepatorenal infections, right? One of the 8 cheetahs, 5 female plus 3 males have been transferred from Kenya, okay, sorry, Namibia, right, to India. Okay, last year has been detected with the hepatorenal associated with kidney and liver, as I have said earlier, infection. An officer said he identified the female cheetah as Shasha. The cheetah's condition has improved. Okay, PM Modi has named one cheetah as Asha. Okay, now just know these things. These are tit and bits, facts here and there. They can come, okay, as a statement in the examination. So you have to be ready for this also, right? And let's move further. Okay, so Aditya L1 mission, it is related to Aditya L1 mission. Fine. So India's mission to study sun begin by June-July. So the name is Aditya L1 mission. Okay. Indian Space Research Organization ISRO is planning to launch Aditya L1 mission by June or July this year. Aditya L1, the first Indian space mission to observe sun and the solar corona. ISRO chairman S. Somnath speaking at the handover ceremony of the visible line emission coronagraph payload on Thursday said that Aditya L1 mission will be launched by June or July, as launch window for the mission would close by August. Okay. The Aditya L1 mission will be launched by ISRO to L1 orbit, okay, which is the first Lagrangian point of sun and earth. L1 orbit allow Aditya L1 to look at the sun continuously. Aditya L1 has 7 payloads in total, which Primary payload is VELC, designed and fabricated by Indian Institute of Astrophysics. The other 6 payloads are developed by ISRO and other scientific institutions. 15 years of work is there. Fine, just give it a read. Unique ability. No other solar coronagraph in the space has the ability to image the solar corona as close to the solar disk as visible line emission coronagraph can. VLEC. Mark this thing. This is most important concept of this. VLEC. Okay, if a question comes on Aditya L1, then one question will be about Lagrangian point L1, other will be VLEC, because it is the unique ability, right? So 2 things are there in the back for UPSC that it can ask, right? So let's see, it can image up close to 1.05 times the solar radius. Okay, so more than the solar radius. If solar radius is 100 units, then it can measure 105 units, right? Spectroscopy is there, polarimetry, and at the same time it can also take observations very high resolution and level detail many times of a second. Fine, so it is very important. VLEC, mark this thing. If question on Aditya L1 comes, then VLEC is coming in that. Just make this point very clear, right? So let's move further and we see if we can find and if anything else is there. Okay, Holocaust education. I don't know what is there in this article. So first we'll read the caption. And if the article has something to promise for, then I'll obviously go inside it, right? By teaching Indian youth to view Holocaust catastrophe as a watershed moment in history, they can be equipped with core values such as empathy and tolerance to tackle the future. Okay, so empathy, tolerance, GS4, right? Holocaust catastrophe history, GS1, and Nazi Holocaust, right? And there are other catastrophe, Sino-Japan War, etc., etc., right? Let's see. Now again, Ambassador of Germany to India and Bhutan, Office in Charge UNESCO, Ambassador of Israel to India. So Israel, Holocaust affected people. Germany, Holocaust, who has done Holocaust, obviously. And this person is Office in Charge UNESCO. Let's see. 6 million Jews were murdered in cold blood, a consequence of worst form of government-sponsored anti-Semitism in Nazi government. Today on International Holocaust Day, Remembrance Day. That's what I was thinking. Okay, just know this thing. I'm not going to read it now. No, it is not required. Just know this thing. The caption is very clear that if we can teach that Holocaust is a watershed moment, right? Then what is the what will happen? People will develop core values like empathy, compassion, tolerance, objectivity, and all those things, right? Not objectivity, obviously, all those things. Let's see if we have anything else. Text and context page. Yes, the Fukushima wastewater thing, right? So you know that in a nuclear reactor, okay, water is used as coolant plus absorbent. Not normal water, it can be heavy water, it can be H2O, D2O, T2O, not T2, these two. Absorbent plus other miscellaneous functions are there, okay, functions are there. So not in every nuclear reactor coolant it will act as a coolant or absorbent, but in many it also acts as a coolant. In some it acts as an absorbent, in other it has miscellaneous function, right? So we have to see what happens here. Why the Japanese government is flushing 1.25 million tons of wastewater into Pacific? How will this discharge affect the ocean? Has the TEPCO treated the water? Okay, let's see. First we'll read the Japan is expected to start flushing 1.25 million tons of wastewater from embattled Fukushima nuclear power plant into Pacific. Find as a part of 76 billion project to decommission this facility. The project received the Japanese cabinet approval. The water from that Japanese government would want to flush from the plant was used to cool the reactor, rainwater and groundwater, okay? So 3 kinds of water are there: cooling water plus rainwater plus groundwater that it has used. It contains radioactive isotopes from damaged reactor and thus itself is radioactive. Obviously, look, first it is D2O, heavy water, plus it has some radioactive isotope. Fine. So overall what happens, the entire water is itself radioactive. It will release into Pacific water ocean over next 30 years. China, South Korea and Taiwan have expressed concern over Japan's plan. A representative from Pacific Island Forum, the bloc of Oceania countries including Australia has called simply inconceivable based on their experience with nuclear contamination. Right, so this is the thing. Let's see the map. Okay, dilution system is there. So this is the Fukushima reactor dilution plant. Let's see dilution plant. Wastewater purified of radioactive material excluding tritium. Okay, what is tritium? T2O. Look, hydrogen, okay, has 3 isotopes. Okay, H11, H12, H13. This is atomic number, this is atomic mass, right? So there is a hydrogen atom that has 3 atomic mass but a 1 atomic number. Now H31, this is called tritium. The second one is called deuterium. Okay, and this is hydrogen itself, and you know this makes out D2O, the heavy water, right? Chemically identified normal to water tritium is tough to remove. Okay, fine. So it goes here, from here it goes to this thing. Measurement facility checks purification level. Now there's a pump here and it goes down all to these pumps. Seawater intake is there. So, and it would obviously be taken, final check, make sure, and it is diluted in this. So this comes in and the other goes out, the wastewater goes out into the ocean, right? So this is the thing, you can see the entire facility here. Okay, now what are my takes on this? As far as I understand, this is very dangerous for the entire ecosystem, especially the Pacific Ocean ecosystem, and it can lead to, I'm not very certain that it will, but it may impact or it may lead to increased phenomena of El Nino or La Nina conditions or El Nino Modoki condition. It may impact. I won't say that it will impact, but it may, sorry. Okay, it may impact the coral ecosystem there, right? So all those things will be there. Fine. So let's see the next one. What is there in the package? Okay, so yeah, non-alignment movement. We know that India, Egypt, Yugoslavia and one more was there, I don't remember the name. They together formed the non-aligned movement. Okay, right? So we have to see in that, wait a minute, I have to adjust it. Yeah, so we have to see in that respect. Okay, India and Egypt reiterate support for non-aligned movement. Okay, India and Egypt on Thursday reiterated support for non-aligned movement. A joint statement issued by bilateral. Okay, fine, those things are there. Two countries reaffirmed their commitment to multilateralism and principle of United Nations Charter, intervening law, international laws, founding values, etc., etc., etc. Okay, I don't see anything else. Fine, just know this thing. Look, Egypt has been invited, so NAM becomes important, non-aligned movement. Give it a read. Who are the founders, objectives, Panchashil thing. Okay, that much would be enough. And when it was there, and maybe look, one more news is there that I think in September, okay, Mikhail Gorbachev died. So it makes that Cold War plus USSR disintegration becomes important somehow, because two things are interlinked. So I see that these two can come together, right? Okay, now let's see if anything else is there. Okay, forest cover. State falls short to improve the forest cover quality. Fine. Central approved plan for increasing the tree cover by about 3.3 thousand hectares. Okay, 53.3 thousand hectares, but only 26,000 odd hectares have been achieved. Forest quality improved only 1.02 lakh hectares against target of 1.66 lakh hectares. Okay, let's see what we have here. India is lagging behind in targets of increasing the number and quality of trees and forest cover plantation in Green India Mission. Okay, so this is the name of the mission. According to the data accessed through the Right to Information Act, the National Mission for Green India is one of the 8 missions under the National Action Plan to Climate Change. It aims at protecting, restoring and enhancing India's forest cover and responding to climate change. The target under the mission is 10 million hectares of forest and non-forest land, increasing the forest and tree cover and improving the quality of exercising forest, improving tree cover in critical sequence, sequester carbon and etc. etc. The target not met, obviously it is written there. What is the figure? What are the figures not required? Forest cover increase, this is important. As per India's State of Forest Report 2021, the forest and tree cover in the country increased by 2261 square kilometers since last assessment in 19. Total forest and tree cover was 80.9 million hectare, which accounted for about 24.62% of geographical area of the country. Very important. What we need, let me change the color, yeah, 33%, 33.33 to be precise, okay, 1/3. And what we have, 24.62%. So we are obviously lagging. The report said 17 states and UT had more than 33% of their area under forest. So there are 17 such states and UT which has more than 30% of their area under forest. Madhya Pradesh obviously has largest, followed by Arunachal, Chhattisgarh, right, Orissa, Maharashtra. The top 5 states in terms of forest cover as percentage was obviously Mizoram, Arunachal, Meghalaya, Manipur, Nagaland. You see, these are all northeastern states. Why? Because they are heavily forested and they have a small area, except Arunachal Pradesh, right? However, critics said that increase in green cover was almost entirely via commercial plantation, in that in an ecological sense could not compensate for natural forest and their biodiversity, and being monocultures were susceptible to pest attack. This is, yes, this is a problem. Monoculture plus, in short term, biodiversity cannot be expanded. Obviously it needs time to expand, right? Okay, so we are done with this also. I think today is a short read. Let's see if we have anything else. Okay, one thing is left. Private hospitals to with advance order to get intranasal soon. So what is intranasal vaccine? So this is a kind of vaccine that can be we can intake through nose, right? Union Health Minister Mansukh Mandaviya and Minister of Science and Technology Jitendra Singh on Thursday launched the intranasal COVID-19 vaccine InCovac, manufactured by Hyderabad-based vaccine Bharat Biotech International Limited. Okay, the vaccine is expected to be rolled out in private hospitals and have placed advance order. It is placed at 800 rupees per dose in private hospital. For large volume procurement by the state and government, it is priced at 325 a dose. The initial manufacturing capacity of 7 million doses a year has been established for vaccine, and this can be scaled up to 1 billion doses as required. The world's first intranasal vaccine for COVID to receive approval for primary 2 doses schedule as heterologous booster dose administered as a nasal drop. This means that those who have previously taken vaccines such as Covishield or Covaxin can take booster dose InCovac. The BBIL spokesperson said that the phase 3 trials as 2-dose regimen of the vaccines were conducted for safety and immunogenicity in top 3100 subjects. Fine. Mucosal IgA antibodies are in the upper respiratory tracts may provide benefit to reducing infection and transmission. Fine. So these things are there. Just know this. What is this mucosal IgA antibody? It is the antibody, IgA antibody, that is present in the mucus, right? So we have this here. Now let's see the next page if anything else is there. I don't remember. Yeah. So yes, with this we come to end of today's newspaper analysis. I hope you like it. If you like it, consider subscribing the channel, liking the content, and sharing, commenting. Okay. Till date, study hard. Jai Hind.